Alright guys, so today's video I'm finally being able to get back to reviewing a gaming headset, and this one is not just any gaming headset. It is a wireless headset from one of my favorite audio companies. And so today we're looking at the Audio-Technica ATH-G1WL. First off, that is a really long name that is going to be extremely hard to remember, but they have two versions of this, and the WL at the end of this indicates it is a wireless headset. Now, it does retail for $250, so this is not a cheap headset by any means. So we're going to take a look at what's inside the box, some of the features, talk about the sound, and see if it's actually worth the price tag. Now you can only use this wireless because it only comes with a USB dongle that makes it use the 2.4 gigahertz wireless connection, so there's no option to use this wired. It's labeled as being made for your PC and your Mac, but it does work for the Nintendo Switch and the PlayStation 4, even though it doesn't say that it does, and I'm not sure about the Xbox One. Now, as far as the battery life on this, it does get 15 hours, but it comes with a micro USB cable, which again, you're paying $250 for a pair of headphones in 2019, at least throw USB-C in there. Now, the drivers that are used in here are pretty interesting because it's the same size drivers that they use in the M50X, which is like their probably most popular headphone that they offer. So that is a studio quality headphone, and they're using the same size driver in this gaming headset. As far as the color goes, it is black, blue, and like a silver aluminum. It's very clean. Now the black and blue really does kind of look like it belongs to be used with a PlayStation, even though it's not specifically for that. But again, it has a very M50X look to it, the way they designed the outside of the ear cups, and then the ear cups itself, it's lined in a pleather material on the outside. Now it's actually like a fabric part on the inside where it touches your head, and it's a little more breathable than most gaming headsets. And the cool thing about this is, for some reason, they included an extra set of ear pads. It's the exact same ear pad, so I guess like if you sweat a lot, or you're trying to clean the ear pads that are on here, you have an extra pair that you can throw onto these. They are definitely over the ear. They have that wide opening. It is extremely comfortable. The headset itself does not have a whole lot of clamp, so it doesn't feel tight. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of pressure. The headset is really light, so they went very minimal as far as the headband padding. I love the look of the headband. It's like this whole black metal frame across the top. The sliders are also like the silver aluminum. It's a really clean look, except for these cables, which I'm completely confused to why they would do this design. I've complained in the past about other gaming headsets, and this one even takes it like a step further, where there is a loose cable up top on the headband, and then there's a loose cable that connects where the sliding mechanism goes up and down to adjust the height. So there is a lot of options to be able to, you know, have these accidentally pulled or clipped, and then your headset is pretty much useless. And considering that's $250, that makes me really, really nervous. Now, as far as the controls go, you have your on and off switch, you have the input for the detachable microphone, then you have a monitor button because you can hit that button to be able to hear what your microphone is picking up. You have the micro USB input for charging. You have your volume up and down button, and you're also able to push this to be able to get it to go into surround sound mode. The beautiful thing about these is you don't have to download any kind of software to be able to control your surround sound or your volume or your mic. It's all on the headset itself. And then above that, you have your mic on and off switch. So you just mute it by the switch that's on here. But speaking of the microphone, it is a detachable mic, and the mic on here to me is incredible, especially considering this is wireless, but you guys can judge that by listening to the test here. Alright guys, so as you can see, this is a mic test of the ATH-G1WL. Again, it's a mouthful, but this mic is incredible. Most wireless gaming headset microphones don't sound that good. This one is clear, but it's definitely still picking up plenty of bass in my voice as well. So to me, this is one of the best wireless gaming headset mics I've heard yet. Alright, so we're talking about $250 for a gaming headset. So the most important thing is going to be, how do they sound? Are they worth the $250? I mean, all the other features and the microphone and all that is nice, but if it doesn't sound good, it's not worth it. And $250 for a gaming headset is pretty dedicated. People to spend that want like perfection. So how did Audio-Technica do? I'm going to point this out first. The 7.1 surround sound feature it has, I'm not a huge fan of. And really I'm not a huge fan of it because I'm not a huge fan of it on any other gaming headsets either. It always comes across as gimmicky. It really just comes across like they're trying to add a reverb effect, and then the surround sound feature always like pushes the treble way in your face, and it usually flattens out the bass. And these kind of do the same thing. These still do have bass presence if you're using surround sound mode, but the highs and the mids are still pushed a little too forward, and I don't like the surround sound mode. But again, I kind of knew that going in, and I usually don't use that anyway. So the actual sound, using it as a normal gaming headset or a normal pair to listen to music, is absolutely amazing. I mean, it really is like using the Audio-Technica M50X plugged into an amp. Now, of course, that's because it's amplified within itself. You're not having to rely on plugging it directly into anything. So it's doing everything on its own. So it's essentially like having a wireless version of the M50X, and you're getting your own amp built in. So this is where I start to see the value in it, because with music, it was so fun to listen to all genres. Bass is definitely tight and impactful. It doesn't have that thick and warm sound that a lot of gaming headsets have. It's just so detailed. And with a gaming headset, obviously detailed is important. And the beauty of this is hearing footsteps and hearing voices and everything is so easy. So first person shooters, anything where you're wanting to tell where directional stuff is coming from or the distance of things, the sound imaging is just fantastic. The sound stage is very open. It feels like you're dropped in whatever location or whatever game that you're playing, and it just amplifies that whole experience. Like $250, don't get me wrong, it's a lot of money. In fact, it's close to the money that people spend on the consoles themselves. So you have to be pretty dedicated to want to spend that kind of money. If you're somebody like me that loves to sit in front of the computer, listen to music, play games, watch movies or YouTube or stuff like that, if you want one of the best audio experiences and you don't want to have to buy external amps and DACs and stuff like that, this is a great option. Guys, that is my video on the brand new Audio-Technica ATH-G1WL. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, guys, make sure to stay tuned for more.